Hey, shout out to everyone that's on my live. Thank you very much for coming. Good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. We have Junley Valentine. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for coming. Mama Bear, thank you. You're awesome. Thanks for that thumbs up. Manaj Kumar, Math, thank you very much for tuning in. Mr. and Mrs. Anabolo, hey, thank you. Thanks for coming in again. I do appreciate the love. So, how's everyone's night going? Joe Peters, mega shout out to you. Mega shout out. Thank you very much for coming. Please remember, of course, to give your host a thumbs up. Thank you. How are you doing tonight, Joe? Thank you very much for that thumbs up, Joe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now remember, guys, you can feel free to salsa with anyone you don't have so far, and you watch a video, a short video in full, and comment genuinely with regards to the video that you watched. All right, so we're gonna do it correctly. We're gonna do it genuinely for everyone. Take me to the sea. Oh my God, happens again. Don't laugh. Uh, Shout out to you. That's Rain Simpson Foundation. Thank you very much for coming in. Remember to give your host a thumbs up. And a huge shout out to Johnny and Claire's TV. They have been a tremendous help. Learned a lot from these two. Real genuine folks. And once again, remember you can go ahead and salsa with anyone that you don't have. Watch a video, a short video, or at least 2 minutes into it, and like, comment, and of course, subscribe being the last thing that you do. Mm. And please do it genuinely, guys. The hold on. So Johnny and Claire, you had an issue today. You said you weren't feeling so well. How are you now? Truth is inside. One moment, guys. I'll be back. Johnny and Claire, I was asking how you were feeling because you had mentioned that you weren't feeling so well earlier today. So I was curious as to whether or not you're feeling much better now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to come in. Don't be shy. Mr. and Mrs. Anibalo. How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you ready to get your salsa on? Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm doing pretty good. Considering everything that is happening in and around us. I can't complain. Yeah, yeah. We have to try and take something positive even out of a negative situation. Yeah. Otherwise, we're always gonna have find things to be complaining about or having reasons to make excuses for. Yeah. Toka Protestant, thank you very much for coming. That's a big shout out to Toka Protestants. Thank you for that lovely thumbs up. Ah, thank you. Oh, that's you. Thanks, Cece. Thank you. Appreciate it. I need to get used to you wearing your different hats. Thank you. And it's really easy to complain. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Anibolo, it is really easy. The moment the least chance that we get, we complain. So we have to try and step outside of that. I mean, it's human. It's human. Mr. and Mrs. Anibolo Hyatt Toko. Yeah, that one caught me off guard. Mr. and Mrs. Anibolo and Johnny and Claire TV, if you don't have Mama Bear, you can go ahead and salsa with them, okay? Mrs. Anitambi TV, hey! Thank you very much for hopping over. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. A big shout out to you. That's Miss Anitambi TV. Thank you. I am doing absolutely wonderful, especially seeing, familiar people. Yes, it adds that little bubble in my sprite. Not my spirit, my sprite. Miss Anita, I'm happy to be here. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Always a pleasure. And of course, feel free to salsa with anyone that you don't have. Keep going. Okay, girl, it's not easy, but keep going. Definitely, definitely, definitely. We all have an end goal, or at least milestones that we want to surpass. Because I don't want to just stop at my milestone, I want to pass over it like, hey, that's the one that I actually left down there. So yeah, I'll continue pushing on, as should all of us, as should each and every one of us. Geo's TV, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much. You're at practically all my lives. Thank you. Even the disastrous ones. Thank you very much for coming out. A mega shout out to you, my friend. Please remember, guys, to give your host a thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And of course, you can go ahead and salsa with anyone that you don't have. So I don't really have a specific topic tonight to discuss. I just figured that I'd wing it. I'm a free flowing type of person, if you get what I mean. Miss Anitama TV did not know what time you go live. If you tell me, I'm gonna always come to show you some love, darling. Oh, thank you very much. The thing is, I haven't really scheduled a specific timing for it yet. Well, and the days. So sometimes it's a bit short notice because I have more than one, contributing factors that delays these live streams. And so sometimes once I get the opportunity and I realize that there's not much distractions, then I just go on and hope that God does the rest. So I'm hoping as time progresses, however, that I'll be able to have a better schedule and inform everyone about it beforehand. But I do post it. I do. Oh, are we connected, Miss Anita TV? Are we connected on Instagram? All right, let me just text it here so you can at least see when I post it there, because I post it on Instagram and all the social media platforms that I'm on. Uh, Mega love to you too, Sissy. Mega mega love, mega love to you. Believe me, I've learned a lot from quite a few of you here. And it's a part of what pushes me as well, because seeing how you come together and how you motivate each other, it really opens up a different perspective. Because to be honest, in the beginning I would have never been interested in creating a YouTube channel, and I was still a bit skeptic because I'm thinking, okay, poetry, you know, persons don't really bother with poetry these days. They have movies and stuff to throw these things out the back door. And so when I found persons actually liking my work, I was like, oh my gosh, but it still at times wasn't motivation enough because I had a set goal, as all of us do, in terms of uh, meeting that mark. So you put out your content, but you set another uh you have another means of earning. And so when I realized that was a possibility, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. But man, when I looked and saw how what was the requirement, I'm like, how am I going to get there? But I didn't give up. And then when I came to find a few of you, your own small communities, and the encouragement and the advice that you give, treasure, trust me, treasure. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Miss Anitambi TV, rather. I did send it just okay. Let me retype. Okay. So you can just add me, and I usually try to get back to everyone before I go to bed. Even when sleep is calling, it's like, girl, get to your bed. I just say, you know what, you need to leave me alone for a second so I can finish this, because I don't want to get up to the same thing in the morning. I'd prefer to start on a fresh, a fresh page, and also I'll get back to you before I go to bed. All right, Johnny and Claire TV, I made you a mod so you can do what you do. And I'm going to do the same thing just for tonight so that you guys can, leave your links. Because I know I have to be careful with these, giving out the jackets and all. Shannon Mark, hey, what's up? What's up? Mega, mega shout out to you. Thank you for coming back. I saw you that you were live today, hon, but to be honest, I was so preoccupied that I barely went on to anybody. I think it was in the probably about after 8 when I finally went on someone else's uh live and was giving a little support. But I'll definitely get back to you. But if you don't have anyone, if you see someone that you don't have, you can go ahead and salsa with them. I'm gonna give you guys blue jackets just for tonight because I'm going to have to figure out how exactly I'm going to do this. But I'm gonna do that so you guys can so it's a bit easier. All right. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Anibolo, you're next. Uh, Geo's TV, are you still here? Miss Anitambi, let me know if you're still here so I can give you a jacket. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. All right, then I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop at you guys. I didn't know that. Like how much does it drop though? Like drastically? And I don't have what to lose because I'm just trying to build it up. I was on for 5 hours today. I probably takes a few days or I don't know, a couple hours to process, but I don't see where it moved an inch. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all of this out. So I don't mind you guys giving me advice because of course like I told if y'all watched my intro vid, it definitely tells you that I'm a sucker for feedback. I don't mind feedback. It's not criticism to me, it's not positive or negative, it's just feedback. So it's either going to help me to, it's most likely it's going to help me to grow. Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for telling me. So well, it's a good thing that I decided only to do it tonight. Well, I appreciate you telling me, Shannon Mark. I really do. Because I'd be here dropping these things and don't even understand the full extent of it. At least to probably a few persons. Uh, Shannon Mark, if you're not if you're not family with Miss Anitambi TV, Geo's TV, Joe Peters, Mama Bear, you can go ahead and salsa with them. Ryan Simpson Foundation, yeah, you can go ahead. Because they do produce content, but as you can see, it's more of a charity. So you can definitely go ahead and connect with them too. I was gonna say just leave that one out, but because I was here for support, but that's for a good cause, and for those type of things, I really don't think it should be as hard for them to get it because it's for such a good cause, and this is someone that is known to me and has done a lot for persons. So you can go ahead and give him the love just the same. All right, so Johnny and Claire TV, Shannon Mark says that they just baked backed with you. Shannon Mark, we're kind of moving away from um, baked. So from time to time, I'll definitely switch it up so that it doesn't become too so often used where it becomes spam. So that's why I gave a word today. It's salsa. So you can use that or any other. But we're trying to branch out of that because that I've been told is becoming another spam word as well. Miss Anitomy TV, Mr. and Mrs. Anibalo, you gave me love, but my number did not add. Okay, I have given you guys food. Can you go and do it right? All right. Mr. and Mrs. Anibolo, Miss Anitami TV is saying that their numbers didn't move. So can you check to see if everything is okay? All right, and get back to her. Miss Anitami TV, Mr. and Mrs. Anibolo, they are known for their dances, their salsa. So I'm very sure that they'll do it correctly. All right, so just give them a moment to check to see if something may have gone wrong so that they can get back to you. Shannon Mark, I can't hardly hear you, Rina. Well, Shannon Mark, listen to me. When was it? I think that was Monday. It was Monday. There was such a downpour in my end from Sunday evening. Right, it was Sunday evening because I had planned to go back to church, but the Spirit didn't move me to go, and then I just said, you know what, I'm gonna stay home. And I'm telling you, I can't even explain exactly what was happening outside, but it was so hard. At one point, I thought the roof was going to cave in. And this started like about after 5, and it did not stop until I think sometime after 8 or 9 o'clock the next morning. still can't hear me, then it's very hard. Then I can imagine. Yeah. There is more. There is hope in the Lord. There is hope in Jesus. Okay, okay. It eases us a bit. I forgot you said you can't hear. Hi, Adrian. Hi, hi. Thank you very much for coming by. Thank you, hon. I appreciate the love. A big shout out to you. That's Adrian Villanova Blogs. Shannon Mark, if you've not yet salsa'd with them, you can go ahead and do so. They salsa very well. uh, of course, if you guys haven't yet, if you're giving a house a thumbs up, please do so. Appreciate it. Well, Shannon Mark, done with. I think we have a lot of issues, but I don't think we've reached that part as yet. Uh, yeah, thank you, Adrian. It's always a pleasure having you. If it's even for a minute, I appreciate everyone that comes in. Really, so you feel no, yeah. I mean, listen, for me, I don't just look at the physical, but I look from it from a spiritual standpoint. And we may be going through a few things, yes, but to say that it's finished, no, not quite yet. We still have a way to go. It's the beginning of, you know. So, well, as it relates to that, we do, and it's really sad. But I guess for me, I can't just look at that and say that's it, because other countries have gone through it, and it's not because of even resources, so to speak, but it's because of how quickly they address the issue. But this is another lesson for people who just refuse not to hear, refuse to comply with the law of the land, because it even in the Bible it speaks that you know, you're supposed to comply. But we just think that we're above it and we take nothing seriously. This is a lesson for Jamaicans. It's just a very huge lesson. And not just for Jamaica. I mean the world in general. Everything is not in our hands. Yeah, it is poor, Shannon Mark. It is poor. But usually you see when these things happen, it's at this time that you see persons really step up and do what needs to be done. That is it. This is one because right now it's not a case where they can run and go anywhere else. They're gonna have to just step up and fix the issue. But they can't do it alone without the people complying. If you're non-compliant, if you go to a doctor and the doctor is repeatedly giving you medicine, you either throw it out or you just don't take them and you go back to him. Do you think he's going to care either? The only thing that he's going to do is ensure that he's getting paid, because if he's telling you to take these things because they're going to help you and you refuse to do it, right, or avoid further damages, like in our term, patient no care, doctor no care either. You understand? So outside of that, like I said, it's a lesson for us because we think that we take everything as a joke. Notice us Jamaicans, we take everything as a joke. We don't think, and I mean it's not that you can't laugh about certain things, because I mean what else are you gonna do is cry, but at other point, some point in time, you have to look into the situation and realize that this is dire, and you need to you need to reevaluate, reassess, and come again. And a part of that, we have all spat in God's face so many times. And then when these things happen, we turn around and we look, oh my, where's God? If God exists, so and so, so and so, but we don't remember how many times we spit in him face. We don't remember how many times we crucify him on a daily basis, like we crucify him over and over and over. And then we don't expect that these things are going to happen as a result. But the good part about it is that our God is a forgiving God. And if we go to him with a penitent heart and repent, I mean, yeah, then he will come to our aid. But not until then, because we have to open that door and let him in. That's the heart. That's what you have control over. You have to open that door. He can only knock. We shut him out of our schools. We shut him out of our houses. We shut some places that we consider to be church are just buildings, because there's nothing in there. But should I even go there? But some of these places are just there as a hoax to con people out of money. No, these places that are supposed to be a sanctuary for Christ, persons have been granted gifts to help people and they use it instead to extort them. All of these things combined. You understand? So all the church running. No, not all the church are running. No, I wouldn't say. Yes, we have to repent, Shannon Mark. We have to repent. That is the way. If we don't repent, then there shall be sudden destruction. But even though when sudden destruction doesn't mean tomorrow. today, next week, next year, because our time is different from God's time. It's different from God's time. So the destruction will take its time until the word is fully manifested. But if you are right with God, then it's not that you're taking comfort in the situation, but you're taking comfort in knowing that He has your back and that nothing can come against you and defeat you. That it can come against you, but it will never defeat you. Right? Now, some that are playing church are running. Some that are playing church are running, Sean. The ones that knows the truth, the ones that understand what they're supposed to do, they're not going to run. The ones that are playing church, remember, there's going to be a thinning out, there's going to be separation. You're going to find out who are true from who are bogus, fake. And this time is going to highlight everything. A lot of us these days, we don't realize how much the Bible is fulfilling. It is fulfilling right in front of our eyes, but we prefer to get the sugar coated lie than to accept the truth for what it is. Yeah, that's it. We prefer to hold on to a sugar coated lie rather than to grab onto the truth and try to fix instead of find excuses, instead of saying, oh, but what if we don't do? We don't want to change. We don't want to do better. Give me a second, please. Sorry about that. Yeah, we don't want to change what we're doing. We don't want to stop whatever it is. So when someone comes to us with all those pretty packages with the forgetting that there can be sour candy inside, we hold on to that. But when we see the ugly, dilapidated looking wrappers, we turn our head away and we turn up our nose and realize that the best thing is inside of that. Consider a diamond in the rough. If you just go and look at it like that, but when it's taken out and it's cleaned up and that sparkle comes alive, that's what captivates you, right? Right now is when we have to buckle down and we have to exercise faith, but we have to put in the works as well because it's not just about faith. Yeah. Shannon Margad is coming soon. Oh, yes, he is. He's coming soon. But again, remember, God's time is not our time. Bible says no man knows the hour. Yeah? He shall come as a thief in the night. So when the thief a come, you know say him a come. Sean and Marcos, I really want to sleep. I wish you could live a little earlier. I would, but it's the time that I really get to do it when there's not so much noise in the house. And I don't want to, I try not to clash with everyone else. And there are a few other communities that I do try to visit when it reaches a certain time. For example, Johnny and Claire. I know that they would hop on over and give me the love and support just the same. But I'm trying not to clash with other channels, and I'm still doing it, but at the same time I'm trying to avoid. doing it so often. But I'm as time progresses, as I said, though, things will get a bit easier. Miss Anitambi TV is saying that you guys can go ahead and salsa with her. Miss Anitambi TV, that take away that G word from me, please. Shannon Mark, I'm gonna remove the one with the caps. Okay, God is coming. But yes, you're right. You're right. God is coming. But we don't know the time, we don't know the hour, we don't know the day. So we just have to prepare ourselves. We have to clean up ourselves. Because at the end of the day, you don't want that time to come and you're left behind. Oh, what a weeping. Oh, what a wailing. Yeah. So, and I'm sure that no one, not even the bad man, them, no one that the day they come and they miss them, even though them not do nothing to change their ways. Sorry, I tripped over into my Creole. But even the um, persons who are not on the right side of the law, they don't want that day to come and they're left out. You understand? Everyone wants to go, but at the same time, we're not preparing ourselves. We're still stuck in doing the same thing that we do over and over. And yet, every single day, God gives us another chance to try. It amazes me sometimes we give up. We even our kids, they get on top of our nerves sometimes, and we're like, you know what? That this is your last chance. Our tolerance level is, it's so low. You're like, you know what? This is your last chance. And I look at it and like, I wonder what if God was supposed to think like that? We can't with a dark. We would be in trouble because even now, with all of this that is happening, what if it's a case that God decided to just step away and just turn a deaf ear, a blind eye? You think this would have been anything at all? This would be the tip of the iceberg, and maybe not even that much. Yeah. Yes. Live good, trust God, but it doesn't just stop there, because you can live good and you can trust God, but are you carrying anything to your master? Is it a case that you're going to be living good, everybody passes good morning, you're pleasant, and if someone comes over, you feed them, so and so, but are you bringing anyone into God's kingdom? Are you encouraging anybody, you know, that living for God, living for Christ is the way? That's another thing to look on. The song says, I do not want to enter my father's house with an empty hand. You don't want to be like, right, true. You don't want to be like the person who, in the, I'm not so good with remembering the verses and so on, but where the workmen, they were given, their master gave them one had 1 talent, the other had two, and someone else, the other had five, three of them. The first one doubled his in portion, the second one lies likewise, but the third one, who only got one, buried his. Instead of being increased, with more, he was cursed out and called wicked. Look at that. He buried it because he's saying, you know what? You don't want nobody to so and so. You hide it and keep it to himself instead and go out and try to double up or triple up. He brought back the same thing. But yet his brethren, who doubled up on what they were given and showed it to their master, they were increased likewise. Something to think about, right? So it's not about just living good. And a lot of us say that we live good and we trust God or we love God, but do we really? We get up every day and we gossip. We murmur. We complain. Not never good enough yet. We fridge full of food, but we say no food night. We have shoes and we complain. We have foot, but because we tone are pretty like we neighbor one. We're complaining. We lie. We steal. We covet. We worship other gods. Now look at this. Also true. We need to stop. Exactly. We worship other gods. You know, when I was younger and Tuggies Art Studio, thank you for coming in. Mega shout out to you. Thank you. We can only work with what we have. Don't need to wait to have the other servants' resources. Um, Lola Chicadora, thank you for coming. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Mega shout out to you guys. Remember to give your host a thumbs up. Where are you tuning in from? I'm from Jamaica. And Shannon Mark is here is also from Jamaica. Feel free to go ahead and salsa with anyone that you don't have. I assure you they will return. Yeah, so what I was saying as it relates to worshiping other gods. When I was younger and I heard this, I was just thinking about okay, Lola, that's I mean, oh, where is that exactly? I'm not familiar with that name. Uh, I thought it meant, just thinking, for example, Loki and Thor, other higher beings. That's what I thought of it as. I did not realize until I got older that your God can be your phone. Your God can be that Game Boy that you just can't put down for a second to say a word of prayer. Your God can even be your partner. You love more than the world and nothing else around it. You see nothing else. But you never get up a day to say, God, thank you for giving her to me. Thanks for joining my live stream yesterday. I really appreciate. No problem, no problem. I know it's a bit short. I don't remember exactly what happened, why I had to jump out, but no problem, no problem. I try to support everyone I can. If you realize the numbers are growing, so it's a bit hard to keep up. but I do try to revisit, and sometimes I try to use the weekends for that too. But if I don't get to do it, then I try further on in the week. So that's what I do. Because as we said, we are not a sub for sub type of family. It's we really try to do everything genuinely. So if we are only able to go ahead and check out your whole house for a few minutes on that particular day while we are doing that or meet and greet, then whenever we get the time, then we go back and show that support. And I mean, that's how it's supposed to go. Because if it's a case that you never believed in teamwork before you came onto YouTube, then you better ask somebody. Because it is about teamwork. If you're not willing to work as a team to build each other, then it's not going to work out. Just sit back and watch other people's uh, content and just leave it alone. It's not for you. Yeah. I'm glad to know you too, Lola. I'm glad to know you. It's always lovely meeting new, friends. You learn a lot and you grow a lot. And at the end of the day, you can really form some really beautiful relationships, if it's even through social media, because the world it's a big place, but situations can pull you to that one place that you would have never thought you'd be, and lo and behold, you met that one person, that you met from social media, and sparks begin to fly. So yeah, it's wonderful meeting you guys too. Shannon Mark, lol, you are right. You are a very genuine person. I try my best. I do my best. I do my best. That's all we can do. God loves a trier. God loves a trier, and so I try. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Right. Our gods can be the simplest things that we put over God Himself, over our Creator, the Master of time, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. And we put everything over Him. When we get up in the morning, we can go like this. And from it starts there, where our head is like this the entire day. And we never stop for even a second to say, thank you, Lord, for opening my eyes. Thank you, Lord, for waking me up. Thank you for health. Thank you for strength. Thank you for the food on my table, the shoes on my back, the clothes on my feet. Thank you for legs. Thank you for hands. Thanks for giving me something to be happy about. So these are the things that are our gods. It's not that we're worshiping idols. It's not always about that. Or we're worshiping, uh spirits, or all of these things, other dark forces that we have, that we can indeed get entangled with. But simple things become our god. Or cars. Oh my god, you just washed your car and someone on the other side of the road just splashed it. You want to kill somebody because that's your baby and you spent so much on it, but you forgot who increased you and allowed you to have your baby. Because it is not man who increases us, it's God. If God does not touch or speak a word into your life and say, okay, today is your day, no matter how that brother, no matter how your boss has promotions going out and just handing out positions to persons, you will never get it because God did not ordain it. He did not say you are to get it. It is God who increases you, not man. So when we get the car, on the phone, and the lovely wife, husband, and you put everything over him, and then you expect that everything else is going to be fine when you forgot. Remember, when we're in the valley, we shout out the highest praise, the loudest cries because we want him to hear us. Good morning, host. Going to sleep. Okay, Shannon Mark, thank you very much once again for tuning in. Always a joy having you. Do rest up. I will try my best to update you guys a bit soon. I'll try to go a bit early. I'll try to find those days that I can definitely go a bit earlier when there's not so much distractions. I know you guys won't mind a little distraction, but at the same time, I have to be mindful of your hearing. So I'll work on that and I'll definitely let you know. All right. So go ahead, get your rest. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. So that is basically it. We have to remember to put God in it. You know, with everything that is happening, people are so quick to blame God and ask where God is. Where were you when so and so? God has always been there, but we just choose to block him out. We don't invite him. God is a spirit. And remember, he gave us authority. He gave us authority on the earth. And so when we're going to invite in, when we need a spirit to enter in, we invite it, whether it's good or it's bad. And this can either be, uh, I lost my chain of thoughts. Right. So when we're there and we don't invite him in to come ahead and do, some changes in our lives, redirect us, guide us, and then these things start to happen and we start to blame. We don't own up to our own responsibilities and look into what could have possibly caused us to, fall into a certain predicament and then use our voices and call out to him and ask for his help. We don't ask for his help, instead, we curse him out for things that we do as man. God knows us, and he gave us the right to choose. He gave us the right to choose. So when we choose and we make bad decisions and the bad things befall us, instead of blaming God for them, what we need to do is stop, assess what we've done, accept what we've done, forgive ourselves for what we've done, repent of the things we've done. Don't just go to God and be like, God, you know everything. Yes, He does, but He wants to hear you say it. He saw you, but He wants to hear you say it. Because that is saying, you know what? Yes, I did it, and I know you saw me. I want you to know that I am really, truly sorry about it. So and so, so and so. But He wants you to say it. God, I messed up. I wasn't supposed to take the chicken from the fridge. I wasn't supposed to go to that club that night when My friend got hit, so and so. He wants to hear what it is that you did. Yes, he saw you, but don't just go to him, God, you know what happened. Right? Talk to him and invite him back into your life. If we want God to fully, if you really want God to show us what he can do, instead of giving him a room in your house, give him the house. And when I say the house, I mean your body, which is a temple, which is supposed to be, as a matter of fact, a temple for Christ. Give him the entire house. Don't just give him the broom closet, the kitchen, because there's food in there. Yeah, the best room. Give him the entire house. Because when you only give him one part or two parts or even five parts and you're left with just the bathroom or the broom cupboard to stay in, it's still not his. He's still a guest there. Hand over the title, your burden, hand over the deed, all of everything. Just give everything to him and say, this is yours, and watch how he works for you. Yeah, just watch how he works for you. God is an amazing God. And it took me a while to get to the point where I'm so at peace, because believe me, I've been through, I am going through my own valley, but I have what to smile about. And it's because of the valley that I am going through, because of the paths that I've walked, why I can say, why I can use it to encourage someone else. It is an amazing thing to have God on your side. It is an amazing thing. It is a wonderful thing. So again, like Shannon Mark said, we have to live right and trust God. But it's not just about that. It's a bit more. It's a bit more, but it's not nothing that we can't do. It's not nothing. It's very simple. But we make it hard because we want to be stubborn and disobedient. And hence why so much things are happening in this world. Yeah. But anyways, I realize that I've rambled on a bit. But there's one thing I always tell persons. I could be here talking about a lint that got in my eye, and I had find some reason to just put God in there, just like sprinkle him in there a bit. Yeah. But when you know how God has been good to you, you can't. You have to mention him. You have to let the world know how good God is. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you have to experience him for yourself. You have to experience God for yourself. No one can experience him for you. I can only tell you about it, encourage you, but you have to experience it for yourself. Yes. So, on that note, on that note, if there's anyone still here, because I don't have all that, posh software as yet to tell me if, I have a lot of persons or so. But if you're still here, remember you can feel free to salsa with those persons that you may not have. Watch a video for at least 2 minutes or a short video in full, preferably a short video in full, and like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, you can go ahead and hit the notification bell. If you don't have me, then you can go ahead and salsa with me, and I will definitely get back at you once I'm through with my live. When Jesus says, nobody can say no. When Jesus says, I can say no. I see. I'm not worried. Let's see. Jeez. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to come on in. So it's our time. I got about to go to work in 25 minutes and doing some ironing and polishing. Okay, no problem, no problem, Tugis. No problem. What time is it there though? Hold on. Where are you from, Tugis? Blacklight Records, good night. You made it. Mega, mega shout out to you, my friend. Mega, mega shout outs. Remember to give your host a thumbs up. How are you doing?
Okay. GSTV, hello, Sisi Missy. Oh, member na si, Sisi Missy. Member na, member.
Tuggy's Art
Okay
Studio,
lang, Sisi
Nigeria,
Missy, wala. Kaya
60,
sige, bukas pa. Okay.
6:30
Ang
a.m. I
clear
think
ng
you talk.
camera mo,
Let's
ginagawa
talk
mo
about
good
God
na.
all the time because it
Salamat
is
sa
what you
advice.
think
Okay,
about. Out
welcome,
of the
welcome.
abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
It's my
Amen to
pleasure to
that.
be
Amen to that. Tuggy's Art
It's my
Studio.
pleasure to help you.
Okay, 6:30. Wow.
Joke lang sa pressure.
It's 12:27
Okay,
here.
it's my pleasure to help you. It's
Uh,
my joy to help you. Sorry now lang nakapunta nung
Black
nakaraan kasi
Light
nasa
Records, my
umaga
pleasure.
nag-duty kaya
Queen
tulog
at the
ng
Polish I
hapon.
remain
Okay?
blessed
Today,
as are you, Queen.
Thank you for that question.
As we
Hey,
should,
a poet and
as we
lead, so
should.
welcome back.
I think we've been given enough
Welcome back, a
to
poet and lead.
definitely consider
How are
ourselves
you? I
as
saw your
being
live streaming a
very
while ago.
much
Are
blessed.
you done with your live streaming? A poet and lead. Jan and Claire TV is also in the house. Okay. Geeks Ninja, welcome sister. Charlene Beast is done. Okay. Done na ba kay
So
Kikimiki?
of course you can feel free to
Wait,
go
tinatanong
ahead
lang si
and
si
salsa with anyone that you don't have. They'll definitely return
guys, yung binababa
all
kong
your
bahay guys,
dance
ay
moves.
si And guys, kay si Missy.
Yes, 12:28, 12:28, 29 now.
Super Inday, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Inday, welcome, welcome. Salamat guys. Please ka dyan, napadaan ka pa rin. Guys, please connect to si Missy guys. Para sa 16 million natin na nandyan. Si Missy, okay, magdadagdag ako kay yeah. Wait. Hello.
Okay, Blacklight Records. Tuggy's Art Studio says just to leave a
Guys, please
comment and
connect
he'll
to
return
Missy
to
guys.
you. And I can definitely say that is very much true. So you can go ahead and
New
feel
addition
free
sa
to
ating
just salsa with them.
Vocaloid
And
Nation.
anyone else that you don't
Ivy
have,
Bianca,
because
hello
these
po.
are all
Oh,
persons
hello,
that
Ivy,
salsa
Ivy.
very
Shout
well.
out
All
to you,
right.
Ivy. Ivy Bianca, shout out. Hello, hello. Uh, Ivy, okay. Nakalista ka na, Ivy. Okay guys, medyo marami na tayong tao, so ako na magbababa ng yung mga bahay guys ha. Okay, okay. Pero sa mga nasabihan ko kanina, ito pa kayo dyan, okay lang. Okay, let's go to
Blacklight Records, Heart of Love.
CCMC guys.
Tuggy's Art Studio. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But I do appreciate you coming over though. I've gotten so busy
Gaganda
that it's been
natin
a
ang
while since I've
setup.
gotten a chance to hop in on one of yours, but I promise I'll make an appearance. I'll definitely make an appearance because I've been trying to see how best I can
Ano po
work.
yung shoutout? Actually, ano yun siya? Shout out. Shout out. Yun na lang yung nagiging tawagan. Shout out,
Uh,
shout out, shout out.
Sorry, I
Shout
lost
out
my
yan,
train of
shout out.
thoughts. Right, I was saying
Parang ano lang, official media, official media. Parang
I try
open
to,
herald ng ano
share
yun.
the love however I can.
Oh,
Um, have a bit of a balance. But with the numbers growing, it does become a bit difficult. But I do try. I do try. I figure you're still over there making persons laugh themselves to tears, right? Because I can't help myself. I can't help myself whenever I come on one of your lives. It's crazy, I tell you. Your stories crap me up. Your- that's true. That's true. It does. It does. You know, life is a beautiful thing. It's as beautiful as you make it. Yeah. Sorry, my sinuses are acting up. So sorry about my piggy snorts. Oh, Blacklight Records, if you're not yet, if you haven't salsa with me, you can do so as well, and I'll get back to you after I've finished my live, all right? Because I'm not sure. I believe so, but I'm not certain. I'm not sure if the dance was completed, but you can definitely go ahead and check and leave me a comment so I know and get right back at you. I'm not worried, not a thing. Okay, okay, okay. I don't. There's so much that sometimes I don't even remember. I don't remember. Uh, well, that's good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Yeah, I've been over there. I'm telling you, he has a lovely house. Uh, Blacklight Records, no caps. That's spam these days, unfortunately. I just realized that we have a lot of them here. But yeah, Tuggis has a lovely content. Lovely content. Blacklight Records, okay, at Poet Unleashed. Okay. So Blacklight Records, I've been hearing a lot of persons talking about the quake that was felt. Uh, when was that? Yesterday or today? In the morning. Did you experience that? Because I haven't really, you know, watched anything in terms of TV wise, but I've heard a few persons, and my aunt made mention of it as well. And she's in Mandeville. Wow, 7.7. Wow. Where was the center of it? Oh my God. Oh my God. So if I'm correct, that's record breaking for Jamaica because 5.5 in January was said to be record breaking for us, wasn't it? Oh, 4.7. Oh. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove the numbers. Type out the numbers next time. But wow, because my aunt messaged me and she was asking, "Did you just feel that?" But by this time, when she said that, I believe it was probably about after 7. I think it was after 7 when she said it. And she was like moments ago. I don't know, unless she was a bit discombobulated by the by the tremors, but I was like, oh my god. 7:30. Okay, okay, okay. Because when she was talking to me, it was after 7 thereabouts. Because I was up majority of the night, and then uh I got up a bit later that morning. Wow. I remember when I experienced the one in January, we're at work, as in the Freeport area, Montego Bay. And man, it freaked a lot of persons out. I was so surprised as to why I wasn't. I've always figured that whenever that happened, I would be one of those persons that they would have to be reviving. And I was so calm. But but God. We were in the building, and I was talking to a colleague of mine, and I had my hand resting on on the desk. Center was in the center of the. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's why it was felt all the way there. Wow. Yeah, and when I was there and I was like, "Did you feel that?" Because she turned and she looked at me and I was like, "Did you feel that?" And then all of a sudden I saw the TV, the computer was just rattling. And I'm telling the persons bolted from the door. It was crazy. Persons falling downstairs like flights of stairs. Well, I guess we could say that. Well, I'm telling you, persons were there falling down the stairs. When they told me that persons were literally coming, just rolling off the stairs, coming down, I was like, oh my God. And when I was outside, well, the only thing that was on my mind, I needed to get to my kids, because all morning I could not get to them. And then when the quake that's when the network were freed up, and I was like, okay then. So it took a quake for you to work properly. When we were on the veranda and we felt it, and I just all of us was just hugging each other and stuff. But I'm telling you, I mean, ambulances were taking persons, like moving with them quickly, because persons were just fainting and all of these things, man. But hey, working for others is not nice. Like God no, because the thing wasn't even done. You have some places that say, okay, that's it. We're not going to allow anyone to come back at work. You had persons like, you know what, come, you need to get back to work now. Yeah, you need to get back to work. We're like, no, we're going home. We're not staying here. And then, at the Freeport, you know what that's like. Yeah, but it was one of those things. Yeah, because you end up doing the craziest things, damaging yourself. But I thought I would have, I'm telling you, I thought I would have panicked with everything that I've come to know and understand about it for years, that stories, persons who have experienced it, because that would have been officially my first experience. But I thought, I'm telling you, I thought I would have just but I didn't. I was pretty pleased with myself, to be honest. The only thing I wanted to know is that everyone was good. And then while other persons were saying it was over, I'm telling you, it's crazy. They're like, yeah, it's time, come, we have to get back. And you have other buildings like at the same on the same uh complex, other accounts, and they were telling them, okay, you know what, you can go home. These people are telling us, you know what, you need to get back to work. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. My first. My first. My first. And I guess it's because of where we were too. I'm telling you, the building was shaking like crazy. It was just shaking. And from that day, whenever whenever persons would feel a bit of tremor, everyone is literally just looking towards the door, because they're like, is that another earthquake? So because of that now, there's paranoia. So everyone became paranoid, and just, but I think the following day another one hit Lucy. Another one hit Lucy. I think it was the following day. It really messed up Lucy. But Blacklight Records, though, I mean, 14, you should be an expert on these things now. You should be an expert. You probably can tell me, we're not to stand and we're not to, you feel it here, okay, stand over that side. Because you've been through a lot. Yeah, yeah, indeed, indeed. But, man, oh, my bad, my bad. My bad, my bad. I'm guessing those were really far apart, though. Yeah, saying if it was 14, man, you should be an expert on all of that. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're gonna make me cry. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I really do. And Jesus said yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Blacklight Records. Thank you. Yes, I am. I recently created another because for some reason I can't get into my other account and it's none of the emails that I currently have doesn't work. So I just had to go ahead and create another one. Um, so it's M underscore Whittingham. That's on Twitter. That's basically it, if I remember correctly. Let me check just to be sure. But I think it's M underscore Twitter. So it's a very sad account because it just started out. But with time. Right, so it's correct. That's correct. M underscore Whittingham. Let me type it. I had it a while ago, Blacklight Records, but I wasn't really active on it. And I was sort of limiting the platforms that I used. And so it's only now because of this new venture of mine why I created another. Alright, let me see. Okay. And Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. I don't even know how to share this thing. Like God knows. I think it was a lot easier for me to find you. Thank you, thank you. You're gonna make me cry, and I'm not even an emotional type. So when I cry, it's genuine. It's like it's coming all the way from down there, all the way down there. I only started doing that since recently. I know, right? Yeah, like a mega, 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 mega shout out to Black Light Records for sharing me out. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Tuggies. That's right. See, it's good to have teachers around. uh, yeah, I only recently started, so I don't have a fixed schedule just yet. Because I I don't have much hours, so I'm trying to work on that, and you know how this thing goes already. So of late since Saturday, Yeah, Saturday was my first one. Those first ones were awful because I was using an app that wasn't really working properly. So I'm gonna have to make a schedule for this and work with that. But for now, it's kind of random, to be honest. I do share them on Facebook in my group. That's a Poet Unleashed, just the same on Facebook and on uh my page, as well as Instagram and Twitter. So I do share them out before I go out. Sometimes a bit short notice because I have um, things happening around that doesn't always allow me to go on as I plan. And for me, planning has never really worked out for some reason. I guess probably sometimes speaking it into the atmosphere, allows for all sorts of forces to just fight against you, but who has the last laugh? Haha. Yeah. So instead of giving up and calling it quits, at times I may have planned on going on, say, seven. Say, for example, on Saturday, I wanted to go on 11 o'clock, right? But I wanted to have everything scheduled from the day before, at least from in the morning, but I could not do that because the internet was all haywire with all the rain and all of this. And I just decided, you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna put it up if it's even seconds before and allow God to do the rest. And it was okay because even though the quality was horrible, persons still came in. The right persons came. And in life you're going to have that. And so I'm just appreciative of even persons who are only able to pop in for 2 seconds and say, hey, I'm giving you a love. And even the thought of it. So I have to be appreciative of everything that I get. Everything counts. Yeah. uh Blacklight Records, Tuggy's Art Studio, loved your channel, very talented. Blacklight Records, we have to start somewhere to Poet Unleash. Yes, we do. I smash your notification bell so I'll get your notifications now. Okay, that is awesome. I'd sing, but that's your specialty. That's your specialty. So I'm not going to go there. One day, all being well, one day, yes. You'll be one of the first persons that I'll notify and say, hey, listen to this. Because I do have that one that I just need. If even for me, I have that one that I need to get out there because I know it's going to inspire a lot. I know it's going to do a lot, you know. Be patient. Yes. Yes. If there's one thing that I usually prized off is my patience until, some time ago. Yeah, I was for my patience, and I still do have it. It's just that I've developed. I've now have a, but rather I don't have a tolerance for some things. The unnecessary things that I consider to be distractions and offer nothing of upliftment. And those things I don't even bother to try and be patient with it because it's only going to drain me at the end of the day. So, but patience is a virtue, as we always say. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, and you are quite awesome yourself, and you know that I don't have to tell you that. I know you probably go in your mirror every when you get up in the mornings after your routine, or probably even before, and just like, you're awesome. I need to get that in, But I think blessed work. I just get up with the feeling and say, you know what, I am blessed. Yeah, that song goes, ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed. Yes, living every moment, no regrets. I'm blessed. Then you are on the correct path, Queen. Yeah. Uh, Black Light Workers, you're gonna have to avoid the caps because I don't want YouTube to start spamming. So you have to watch out for those caps. Yeah, yeah, every one of us should know that. I mean, just getting up in the morning, do you know how many persons, can you calculate how many persons did not get up that morning that you were complaining about all that you don't have? You have life. You know, that's a blessing. And if you have that, you've been blessed. You are blessed. So you're right. You know, and the sooner we realize how blessed we are, the better. Because then we'll stop complaining, focusing on the blessings that we have, and move towards even greater. That's okay. That's okay. It happens, and sometimes it's because of the setting on the phone. So, you know, the first letter will have caps. Oh, sorry. Someone just, my girlfriend just messaged me. You know, you just have those friends that are adopted into family, those persons that, you know, just have a way of just uplifting your spirit if even you're in a bad one. You know, one of those persons. So that's why I'm giggling. You are good with these lives engaging. Uh, thank you. Thank you. That's good to hear. Otherwise, I might choose not to come on, you know, tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I just, you know, go to sleep, rest my head, and just say, you know what, this is probably not for me, sadly. Mm, maybe Black Light Workers, maybe, hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Thank you, thank you. That's good to know. That's good to know. You know, sometimes it's even though you think or you tell yourself that, you know, you're confident that you're doing what you should do, it is very nice to at least get that same, you know, feedback from someone else. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. It's good when we support each other, and you know, one day, the favor will be returned. It may not be from me, because sometimes where you give is not necessarily where you receive. If you get what I'm saying, it can happen, but your blessing doesn't always come from the same place that you planted that seed. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, I'm happy that you came. I'm happy that you came. Keeping me engaged and all. Blacklight Records, no need, Queen. I'm here because I choose to be here. I am fully enjoying your LS. Oh, I know that. I know, and I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. I think so far, based on my impression of you, that if it was not because you want to be, you would not be here. Your stories have taught me that much. It has taught me that much. I really need to get back over there and hear what next you have up your sleeve, because I know you've been up to something since I have not been able to check in, but no worries, no worries, no worries. What? But of course, I wouldn't expect anything less. And the laughter part, definitely, definitely. Yeah, but I wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah. I think that the last one that I really got to watch the entire thing was I mean I popped in for a few, but I didn't get to stay long. The last one was, I think, getting yourself in some situation. you know, with the females. Yeah. In a very binding situation. Yeah, I think that was the one. I think that was the one. That one had me crying. I'm telling you. I mean, I have some stories, but yours is at a different caliber. I swear. I don't remember the topic, but I'm trying to remember what the topic was really. Yeah, but it was something though. I think you laughed yourself into stitches. That's what they call it, right? I'm still not so. Ouch. Thank you very much. And you too. And again, thank you for coming in. And mega shout out to you, Blacklight Records. And we'll definitely be catching up. And probably me catching up on yours before you get over to mine, because mine is a bit late, as you can realize. I'll try to cut down on the time as soon as I work out a schedule, but I'll let you guys know in advance, all being well. But again, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for, allowing me to entertain you. Have yourself a blessed night. Jesus says, ow. When Jesus says, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When I can make Father, forever God together.